Well, welcome everybody. It is June 1st. This is our 17th weekly meeting for Mandel Upgrade. Last week, we were talking about D.U.N.E. We spent a lot of time talking about that, how that's ready, and we're looking for some testing. I have touched base with the person who gave the feedback that perhaps Docker was not going to meet their needs, so I can share that. But actually, he mentioned he's going to try to join himself. So we may. Oh, I see him on Artem on the line here. So we can hear from him directly. We'll get any updates on, and I think we got maybe some updates from EOS support. It looks like they've sent out a broader request on that. We can check in on how we're doing with Mandel development, testing, and our progress on communicating more broadly. Any other items to add to the agenda? All right. And we mentioned Bucky's not here. The feedback we've got on D.U.N.E. is probably most relevant to him, and he might have some questions. But maybe we can start just by hearing the feedback from Artem, asking any questions we've got. We can share what we get with Bucky, and then maybe if need be, we can connect Bucky and Artem directly to have a chat if there's any additional questions he's got. So maybe we can start there. Thank you for joining. Artem, am I pronouncing your name right?
Yeah, correct.
Great. So yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, you expressed some concerns with your experience using Docker. You had a look at D.U.N.E. Can you share what you saw and how, I guess, whether or not that meets your team's development needs from a smart contract development perspective?
Yeah, from my perspective, currently we are missing on this tool the ability to run unit testing with unit tester, which are currently supported by the EOSIO system contracts. It will significantly improve the smart contract developer tools if we will provide some boilerplate template which allow you to write some unit testing. And also, if we are able to add the smart contract debugger, it will be cool. I know that some tool already exists, which are wrote by Todd Fleming, but I don't know how it will be supported by the ENF and community.
I can address a bit of that. We also have Matt Witherspoon on the line who might be able to answer some of this. But the thing Todd Fleming did is we have not updated that yet. It's not part of D.U.N.E. And also, I think you can use the CDT with D.U.N.E., the Contract Development Toolkit. And I think there's a debugger in that. Maybe I'm wrong. Were you using CDT in conjunction with D.U.N.E.?
No, CDT does not include the debugger. Block 1 didn't release any debugger tool which allow you to debug the smart contract line by line.
Okay. Matt, do you have any... Is Aragon here?
That's correct statement. I think at the moment the approach that was, you mentioned Todd's debugger. I don't think that approach is really the approach that we want to. I hate speaking for the rest of the team without them here, but I don't think that approach is really the approach we want to continue to explore. Yeah, that's all I can really say on that.
I would agree with that. There were a number of reasons. The whole Todd's tool was meant just really for like university students to be able to use this for the first time and actually, get something running pretty quickly. It's not really meant to be a full-on, development environment. That's what D.U.N.E. is the next level up from that, obviously. We'll be talking to Bucky later today, and I'll give this feedback back to him about you want to do more unit testing and you need a debugger. I know that this is Bucky's area of expertise, and in maybe next week's call we'll have something back. I know he felt bad that he wasn't going to be on the call today. He actually is having a small medical issue, so we'll get back to you on that. But I've taken those notes down.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for sharing your feedback, Artem. And did you have any other feedback to share, Artem?
Not sure. Maybe just because for now, D.U.N.E is kind of a tool which provides node execution, but it don't really helps a lot with smart contract developing. The only thing it do now is just create a boilerplate templates with same make build system, but it doesn't benefit the smart contract developers at all. It's just the tools for the newbie, maybe some new players which want to play with the node execution, maybe start writing the contracts. But if we will look more deeper, it won't help much currently.
So what tools do you use as a debugger currently if you were running on your Mac? What would you be using to debug your smart contracts on your Mac?
The only tool which currently exists is only the debugger, which are written by the Todd. And when I need to debug the code with my native unit testers, which are currently provided, like the original one, it just manually you just write in more assets and print the text and show the result. That's how it works for now.
So it's the native unit testing. Is that what you use? Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah.
And so that you're saying the native unit testing stuff does not work inside D.U.N.E?
No, it's currently not supported.
Got it. If you can join next week, that would be great. I don't know what time zone it is for you, but I will strongly encourage Bucky to try to join next week and have a great dialogue with him live on the call.
Okay. That's all from my side.
Thank you very much for joining, Artem. Appreciate the feedback. This is super helpful. Make sure that this is great for all developers for all their needs. Okay, so we will check back in with Bucky, I'm sure before next week, but we'll hear from him again hopefully on the call next week. Anything else as it pertains to platform support? I did notice the EOS support team has sent out an email to basically everybody that they had sent the initial survey to. I'm not sure if they've got any results yet. I assume not. So maybe we're going to have some more feedback next week as well from others. Mandell code development. Any updates there?
Sorry, I was trying to find my unmute button. So we are looking to go on to Jungle 4 next week on Tuesday or Wednesday. Likely we'll make the call at the 1 p.m. meeting next Tuesday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. We wanted to give a little more time for some unit tests to be run written and run. And we also wanted to make sure we could get a little more time in for some of the EVM stuff. The unit tests were for block log splitting and then the EVM stuff as well. And so we think those are looking very good. We felt waiting a week to make sure everything was out on Jungle was better than rushing to meet the date and having some stuff maybe less stable out there. We're targeting next Tuesday for the 1 p.m. for the go no go call.
June 7th for the Mandell. So this would be by the Jungle 4, you mean like this is declaring this RC1 or?
It would be RC1, yes.
Okay.
RC1 going into Jungle 4.
Okay. And so we'll know by the next time we meet whether or not that was a go or not.
So just trying to make sure. June 7th, yeah. Okay, yes, correct.
Okay. Anything else worth noting here that I missed? That seems to be the headline there. We'll and that would include everything, all the features that have been have been prioritized for Mandell 3.1.
Yes, every feature that we believe, and a whole bunch of fixes and corrections as well. So a bunch of improvements. We're working on the release notes as well. The release notes live in the Mandel repo on the wiki right now. We're going to improve them and make them look more normalized to the many past release notes. But there is quite a bit of information there today on what has been included. It's probably still slightly incomplete. There's probably more PRs that have gone into it than are listed in the wiki, but we'll get that cleaned up.
Great. Anything else to add, or any questions or comments or feedback from anybody else on that? All right. Testing, how we doing? I don't have much to share myself. Again, we're still testing everything as it comes. No issues to report on our side. Everything's looking good from our perspective. Has anyone else had any experiences worth sharing on the testing front?
No, I hope to build it and roll it out soon. Just other dumpster fires in its way.
Sure. So I think we're still on track for what we were targeting was upgrading RC1 on Jungle by end of June. So we're, if things go well with this go, no go, it looks like we're ahead of schedule there. Final release, we were aiming for early August. We'll have to, I guess, come up with a date when we want to activate the consensus upgrade on Jungle. I'm guessing we're going to want to do that before the final release at some point. So we've already started discussing that internally, what we got to do at EOS Nation, prepare for that. One of the things on our list is making sure that our diffuse is ready. It's still not, but we're working on it. But those are the timelines that we're tracking towards. Anyone else have anything to share on testing? All right. In terms of the communication strategy, I mentioned I've assigned a writer on our team to write an article. There's also an article in progress, I believe, that Stan was working on about the, where is it here? The developer operator node resources. Stan on the line?
I don't think so. I saw him post that he was away from his desk.
And he responded to my comment, so he needs to start writing it. So I will poke him some more offline, get an update on how that's going. We would like to include that as one of the resources we share in the article we're working on. If not, by the end of the world, we can always add it later. But work is in progress. And again, the goal of that is very high level communication to the broader community that Mandel upgrade is coming, get ready. Here's where you can find all of the information you need to know and keep up to date and all that sort of thing. Those were all the topics I had for today. Did anyone else have anything to add? All right. Well, have a great day. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and we'll see you all next week.
Thanks, Daniel.
Take care.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks.
Here's everyone. Bye.